This meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty One territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Innu, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation, a Treaty 3 territory. My name is Carrie Linklater. I am your chairperson this morning, and I am joined on the panel via Zoom by Mr. Ron Barrett and Mr. Richard Whitbread. Our city assessor is Ms. Brittany Santucci, and our administrative personnel is Ms. Louise Boyley. We will be hearing applications for revision of the business assessment role in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act and the City of Winnipeg Charter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. Statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by City Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed, with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony, followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. And as information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. This morning, we will be hearing items 1 through 6 on our docket today. And Ms. Boyley, would you please affirm the assessor and the applicant's testimony?
Yes, Madam Assessor. Please state your full name.
Brittany Santucci.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And Mr. Rack, please state your full name.
Lyle Rack.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right. So good morning, Mr. Rack and Ms. Santucci. And we will begin at 1388 Regent Avenue West for 2023 roll year. And Ms. Santucci, whenever you are ready.
Thank you. This is file number 23-34. The address is 1388 Regent Avenue West. Business assessment ID 56967. The business name is Super Tune and Break. So originally for this property, we had the base annual rental value per square foot at $17.09. I spoke to the applicant yesterday and we revised that to $15, which now brings the base annual rental value down to $53,955. We also further adjusted the square footage that had air conditioning to 500 square feet, which has now brought the occupancy costs to $7,909. So my recommendation today is to decrease the 2023 annual rental value from the $70,440 to $61,860. I had some other stuff in my brief just to show that it was owner occupied, so we didn't have a rent to go off for that. That was a decent place, but other than that, if anybody has any questions, that's my presentation.
I thank you. And Mr. Rack, are you willing to accept this recommendation?
I do.
I thank you. And Mr. Whitbread, did you have any questions?
Just repeat the rent, please, Brittany.
Okay, so we're now using a base rent of $15 per square foot.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you. And Mr. Merritt?
I have none, Madam Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Santucci, could you just want to verify the final numbers?
Okay. So
61,860.
61,860, yes.
Thank you. And sorry, the total occupancy cost now?
So the total occupancy is now $7,909.
Thank you. All right, thank you for that. And we will move on to 1396 Regent Avenue.
This is file number 23-36, address 1396 Regent Avenue West. Business assessment ID 56968. This business name is Super Shine Car Wash and Detail. When this was originally added in, it was added in as a vehicle service garage. Upon review, it is indeed a car wash. So I reviewed our car wash rentals and I reduced the base annual rental value per square foot from $17.31 to $12.50. So that brings us in now as the new base annual rental value, $37,250. Upon review with the agent, it was determined that the air conditioning was only for 450 square feet. So I've now reduced the occupancy cost to $6,565. So now my recommendation today is to decrease the 2023 annual rental value from the $59,040 to $43,800. Thank you. That's my presentation.
I thank you. And Mr. Rack, are you willing to accept this?
Yes,
I thank you. And Mr. Whitberg, did you have any questions?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
And Mr. Merritt?
No, thank you.
The amount again, 43,800, Ms. Santucci?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And I believe that's the
All for me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. Nice to see you.
Yes,
again.
great to see everybody again.
thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Mr. Rack.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Byer. Can you swear nothing?
Yes. Okay, where is? Matthew, are you still with us here? Yeah, here we go. Hey, please state your full name.
Matthew Stephen Barocas.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Steinberg, please state your full name. Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Great. Good morning, Mr. Reimer. And good morning, Mr. Barakas.
Good morning.
And Mr. Barakas, if you'd like to start us off on this property on Carlton.
Okay, thank you. One moment. File 23-40, address unit 600 -223 Carlton Street. Total annual rental value $1,115,520. Overall ARV per square foot after occupancy cost $29.88. The table below shows the breakdown in terms of square footage. The recommendation is to confirm the overall annual rental value. The applicant and I have looked at this ahead of time, and we are aware that they are, for this particular file number, requesting confirmation. So that's what we're requesting too. That's my presentation.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer.
No questions, and I confirm that I am seeking confirmation at this time under 54-1. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Whitbread, did you have any questions?
I have none, thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Merritt?
I have none, Madam Chairperson. Thank you.
I also have no questions. We will go on to 600-223 Carlton again, Mr. Barakas.
Okay, thank you very much. File number 23-41. Again, 600-223 Carlton Street. So for this one, again, we reviewed it ahead of time. We opted to go, there's a very small difference between our number and the applicant's number. Decided that we would just go with what the applicant has presented, because we're going to present in their brief. So to reduce the annual rental value to $1,159,860, and that's based on a premise total area of 38,663 square foot. So a small discrepancy, but just so the math is on the table here. A net rent before occupancy costs of $27.50, and then with the same occupancy rates and the $38,663, that generates a total ARV of $1,159,860.
I thank you.
We're in agreement. It's consistent with the materials in our brief.
Thank you, Mr. Reimer. Mr. Whitbread, did you have any questions?
I don't, thank you.
And Mr. Merritt?
No, thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Mr. Barakas, can you just confirm that this is partially based on square footage? I didn't quite catch what you said at the beginning.
Yeah, so I noticed when I was looking at the applicant's brief, they have a slightly different square footage than we do. It's off by a couple hundred square feet. So they have 38,663 in their brief. So we had agreed to their figure, the 1,159,860. So that's the figure we're presenting today under recommendation.
All right.
And I can confirm, Madam Chair, for context, Mr. Brokus and I and other members of the department had recently, very recently, in fact, gone through the realty assessment review for this property, and the area of 38,663 is the most up-to-date leasable area shown for this premise. So on my page, not that you need to turn there, but for the board reference on my page 5, it shows that breakdown using that exact slightly higher square footage at the rental rate that we're both recommending. Thank you.
Okay. I thank you. And we have heard all the items on your docket this morning. And I thank you for your time, Mr. Barakas and Mr. Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this hearing is adjourned. Hopefully the wind stopped.